Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Welcome to today's Scrolls. What if it could? Scroll style woodworking, portrait design, and woodworks. How are you all doing out there today? Pat, Mike, Denise, and Pat, Mike, and Denise. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Robin. So, I gotta go. I'm just gonna. I got no show. Got no show. But I figured I'd come on and see what you guys are all up to and what you want to do, and see if you have any questions or comments or want to see something in particular or want to watch me start a new project or I haven't finished all my stuff up yet. Yeah, I know I need it all done for this for Christmas, but it's not going to get out in time. So we'll see how that's all going to work anyway. But if anybody wants in on the panel, let me know. I'll send you guys a link. Other than that, and doing nothing. Hey JJ, Art, Billy. Just watch Billy Burt's premiere. Hey, let's watch Billy Burt's premiere. Yeah, Jerry, Mike. Well, you'll show them the guys in the hangout. I can just bask in my glory of being number one again, so I could just do that. Just go, ah, ah. I could, you guys could just sit there and go, oh, congratulations, John. I could just be here like, oh, thank you, fans. Oh, my adoring fans, my public, I love you so much. Thank you for all your adulation. Oh, I do it for the people. I do it for the people. I do it for the people I love and everybody that watches me. Come on, give me it. Give me it to me. Come on. I do it for you people. That's what I do it for. An Oscar. I want a People's Choice Award. I want no stinking Oscar. Nah, Charles gets enough of that when we're behind stages, when we're in the hangouts and we're behind stages. He gets enough of that from me as it is. Hey Jeff, what are you up to? Uh, but can you believe that? I don't know what the exact file time was. I'm pretty sure it was like 16 to 18 minutes ahead of Charles. It's the exact same pattern. Everybody had the exact same size pattern, all the same amount of cuts. So I don't know. I can't explain it. So what's everybody up to? What's everybody doing? You haven't told me what you guys are up to yet, or what you're doing, or what you're gonna plan on doing. What are your plans for the week coming up? Because it's gonna be so freaking cold. It's freaking cold right now. Let's see, what's the temperature right now? Temperature in Grand Prairie, Alberta, is minus 35 with an extreme cold weather winter warning. So let's see, minus 35. Well, it's minus 31 Fahrenheit. So don't tell me how cold you are down in Florida. Don't tell me how cold you are wherever you're at, because it's not that cold. Why did Russ need stitches? Oh my God. Russ needed stitches. No, Russ did not need stitches. Russ, we were we were screwing around with Denise. So what happened was, he actually had his hand so close to the scroll saw blade, but it was cold in his shop. That's why he was wearing his gloves. But he had his hand close to the blade, and he actually cut into the side of his hand. It just felt like a paper cut. So that's all it was. We were screwing around with Denise actually, trying to make her think that he needed 8 to 9 stitches. But no, it was just a little paper cut. It healed up with just a little band aid, a little band aid, tiny little band aid. Uh, so it was nothing. Uh, Jerry says work, more work, a little more work. Got a lot. Cold freeze notices. Not for sure how productive I'm gonna be. Shut up, Mike. Warm week. Yeah, well, because Russ was there, and I think it was only about maybe halfway through the pattern, and then he said he had to stop. Yeah, he actually cut the eye out, so he didn't fall off either. So what happened was he cutting this area here, and he cut the eye right out because they're pretty hairline cuts in there. I'm not sure which one it was, but he cut the eye right out of it. So he being being the sport that he is, he said because he destroyed his piece by cutting it through, it's destroyed, so that he bowed out of the contest. And he cut his finger, so there was blood all over too. And then he didn't drop out. He actually he turned his camera off to allow everybody else to be bigger. But the thing is that because he was on a foam, he turned his camera off. It actually cut him right out of it. So that's why he was out. Hey Shay, how's it going? Woohoo! -45. Yes, thanks Shay. Welcome to my weather. Supposed to have a low of 19 in a few days. May not be cold for you, but South Texas, that's cold. Ah, getting over the flu. Hey Marty, Jeff, what happened? Jeff, what happened to your channel? Did they pull it because of the whole Tim Allen friggin' home improvement thing? 19. That's like minus hockey 7 Augie weather. Uh, okay, so some upcoming news. So I do know that Russ Clarity did his last show last night. He's not going back on until mid January, I think it is. He's not sure when he's doing his next show up. He's not doing one next week. He's not doing one because it's Christmas Eve. He's not doing one the week after that. I think it's New Year's Day or whatever. So I'll be doing a show next Friday. It'll be a Christmas show. Um, Anybody can come on and do a whole Christmas thing. We can sing songs and carols and do whatever you guys want to do. Um, so I'm doing a show next Saturday because it's going to pretty much be an all day thing. Christmas Eve show. I'll do a thumbnail for that. No, it won't take me an hour to do. And so he's not doing a show next week, and he was talking about not doing a New Year's show because he actually has plans for that as well. Um, so I'll be doing one then too. Yeah, 24th and 31st. He's not doing a show either of those days. So basically, it'll be like a Scroll Palooza, and I told everybody over in the Crafters group it's gonna be like a Scroll Palooza that anybody can come on and do whatever they want to do. What is the Canadian Christmas song? Feliz Navidad. No, Feliz Navidad is not Canadian. Jerry's. No, from the beginning of that, it's Spanish, Mexican. The only Canadian Christmas song, basically, that is famous is the 12 Days of Christmas by Bob and Doug McKenzie. 5 golden toques and a beer. I'm sure there are Canadian Christmas songs. Canadian Christmas songs. Top 5 most popular Christmas song. No, Christmas songs. What's the most popular Christmas carol in Canada? Handel's Messiah, apparently. Of all the Christmas music, Handel's Messiah has been a major work most temporarily performed during the Christmas season across Canada. Ooh, a Canadian Christmas. There you go. There's a Canadian Christmas song. A very Canadian Christmas. Pretty much anything by Anne Murray or Nana Muscuri or Bob and Doug McKenzie. Um, Stomp Tom Connors. Um, the Eagle. Who's the Eagle? From the Who. I'm thinking Bob Seger. I'm not sure. Hey Dale, how's it going today? Rob, you should Google that. You should actually, there's an app on your phone you can get. It's called Units Plus. It's an app on your phone. You can convert all kinds of things: area, fuel, length, temperature, speed, weight, volume. Yeah, it's just all kinds of conversions. Hey John, long day. Christmas is always mad for IT. Yes, it is, Dale. Xmas is not very Christian like saying. I actually hate the word Xmas. I don't like saying Xmas. I don't like even when people are like, "Oh, Merry Xmas." No, it's not. It's not the same. I'm not very Christian. I'm not really into the whole religious thing. But I think Xmas is just like a bastardization of the word. So I'll be doing like I said, I'll be doing a Scrollapalooza next Saturday. For anybody that wants to join in, I will be doing lives this week because I got to try and get all of my Christmas stuff done up. I know it's not gonna happen. It won't be out for Christmas, but at least I can send the kids pictures of it, and this is what you're gonna get from Grandpa, and stuff like that. I know I got friends coming in Edmonton for Christmas to see their kids. I doubt I'll be going down there. I don't even know what our Christmas schedule is going to be. Hey, Steve, Doug, what's everybody doing? I guess I can start saying, hey, Doug, how's it going? Hey, Doug. I guess I can stop saying Doug all the time. Even though I got everybody on the kick of that. But I got a new router hooked up. Hopefully, see if I have some people on the panel, then I can see if I'm gonna start cutting out or not. I got a new router hooked up, so I got my router hooked up to the cord that I ran out here earlier. So I'm on that wireless right now. It's actually right beside my laptop. It's like right beside me. It's right there. See, there's the antenna for it. It's right beside my laptop. So hopefully it doesn't screw me up. But if I have people on the panel that I can see if it's going to happen or not. But I do know I need a new computer. Send me money for a computer because my laptop's running really, really slow. It's a little faster now on the wireless. That Windows will actually open up and stuff. But I still need a new computer. So if Jerry has a spare computer, wants to send it up to me, I'll take it. Jerry, I'll let you win the next scroll off. And what else is going on? So I gotta set all my cameras up. I gotta get them all set up. I gotta clean my shop up still. I clean my shop up, organize my shop still. Haven't done that. Get my backer board up on here. Get all my winning scroll scroll hop stuff up on here. Um, finish up my sponsorship things that I started last year. Comedy in the show. It's always fun here. Like I was telling everybody else, like people in the hangout, it's a nice place to go to let off some steam. Try and keep it. You know, try and keep it sort of whatever. But just come in, have some fun, talk, whatever, show us your stuff, promote yourself, promote other people, and everything like that. Like it's not serious. This is serious. This is the way we got to do it. We got to abide by the rules and everything else. Because I like to show people stuff. I like to educate people about things, and I like to tell them how the proper way to Google things. I was having a conversation with Larry this afternoon over on Nick and Stacey's show. So I was on Nick and Stacey's show, and he was looking for plans for a butterfly yo-yo. So I sent him a link, and then he comes back. We had this conversation. I sent him specs on a butterfly yo-yo. So I'm like, here you go. I need a new laptop as well. My monitor won't come on while I was at my daughter's on Saturday. Ugh. Well, they're not so much rules, just like more morality rules. There you go, morality rules. That's all we need. Just abide by proper morality rules, and morality ethics, morality. Yeah, let's not call them rules. I don't like rules either. Morality, yeah, morality ethics, ethical morality, something. Hey, Greg, how's it going? Because actually, there's not a lot of shows I watch where people smoke or people drink. Oh, Christmas show. Uh, let's drink up a storm. Let's drink up a storm in John's Christmas Palooza show. Won't that be fun? Because we all like it. We all like it when John drinks is rum nog because it's more rum than eggnog, and has an awesome show, right, Charles?
I don't know what the hell we're talking about. What rolls about what?
No, I'm talking about having a Scroll Palooza show where a Christmas Scroll Palooza show where John just drinks his rum nog and tries to do woodwork while he's drunk. Let's see how
You?
many fingers. Let's see how many fingers I can cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how many fingers. Let's see how many fingers I can cut off.
Don't. Hello, everybody. Don't use a table saw. Well, because I was opening up all the links, so I had the YouTube thing up first, and you said something like morality and this and that. I said, did somebody come down on you about something? That's what concerned me.
Oh no, like Jerry says, we were just praising the winner roll off. So basically,
Oh, you suck it. I was the first place, second place person.
first place loser. No, like
Yeah,
basically,
first loser
we're talking about John's show not being not being. I'm
on
not
the
saying it's
rails.
not family friendly. It's not.
It's not
It's
family
not definitely.
friendly.
It's definitely not for kids. But the thing is that yeah, we abide by rules and guidelines of YouTube and Facebook and blah blah and everything else. But we don't. There's not really any set rules in stone saying you can't do this. There's
Yeah,
basically just have some moral, ethical
limits.
things to go by, right? So
Well, I mean, I hate to say this, and does not go for a majority of the chat out there, but some people need to be told, what do you not want to happen on here? Probably
well, I don't want
racism.
to see public nudity. We try to keep off certain topics. Like okay, you can show some skin, you can show some shoulder, you can show some nipple. No, no,
Not
that's about
nipple.
it.
Those are
You can
mine.
show you can show man nipples. Those are okay.
I think we have shown our nipples, if I know us.
Yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, I guess you
I
can't
know
bet,
it's
but
common sense. Don't get me wrong. I'm just mean some people out there will say, "Well, you didn't say it," so clearly we don't want to use racial slurs because none of us do that, even behind the scenes.
yeah, racial slurs are a no-no. We try not to talk about religion. We try and well, we do talk about certain aspects of religion, but we don't try to put down other religions. We don't
Yeah,
try to put down other people's certain political aspects.
yeah.
We
We
try not.
debate
We
each other,
try
but
not.
with respect.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
try
as
not
weird as that
to
sounds, we
discuss.
respect each other. I locked him up. Oh, I thought I did. Yeah.
Charles
Well,
needs to be told about nudity.
I hope y'all are happy. My Dallas Cowboys gave it away today.
Yeah,
Dak
well, I messaged
Prescott.
you right after.
They went into
I messaged you
overtime.
right after they lost.
Dak Prescott threw a freaking interception in overtime because that's what he does. So,
Well,
yeah.
I messaged you right after they lost. I said you should go live and do a scroll for them to give them some luck next time.
Doug says you have the power to mute, so next time Doug is here, mute him.
Oh yes, for sure.
I'm a team player.
You
Hello.
are you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So you can
I
do
just
that
made
yesterday. You
myself
can do that yesterday
uncomfortable
with all these fucking.
with all these the thumbnails.
Yeah,
I don't like the way it looks. It looks crowded.
that one. This one's fine.
No,
See how
this
you
one's
do just
fine.
do that.
Yeah, I just meant. Yeah, I couldn't get any of the layout controls to work yesterday. Hi, Russ.
I'm shocked.
Hey, Mr.
Why that I'm
Rutherford.
conscious?
Yeah, I'm shocked that you're online.
Yeah, and are you shocked that you made Dak Prescott throw an interception in overtime to lose the game?
I did not make him do it.
It broke my freaking heart.
He did not listen to me.
Yeah, and Andy Mike is not wrong either. The Colts had a 33-point lead and lost to the Vikings. I didn't see the game, but I heard about it. We had a 17 or 11-point lead. Yeah, I kind of figured Doug says I'm number one in his book, and John is playing shuffling thumbnails. So hello Art, hello Robin, Pat, Greg.
Well,
yeah.
Well, see,
Hello, everybody.
the thing is
Ron,
because I
did he
got my
call
new
me a
router,
brat?
and I actually have more speed on my computer, and I can do stuff faster now. Yeah. So the discussion came up yesterday. Well, it came up earlier when I first started the stream here. They want to know how you're doing and how many stitches you actually got. So we told her. we were just screwing with Denise and told her you had to go get stitches because you dropped off.
You can't see it.
Camera off, right?
It's just a little bitty nip, like a paper cut. It's not a stitch in there.
I have a blister.
Mike, they didn't have to stitch it back on.
I have a
Russ,
blister,
I know about
so
your
that's my
fake
injury.
accident. Ah, she knows about my fake accident.
Where's my damn sympathy?
Oh yeah, and
that didn't come from the scroll off.
Charles got a blister
Yeah,
and it opened
I got
up.
that blister.
Off.
Yeah,
it did.
Oh.
That's
And,
how long I've been out of
apparently
practice.
Doug got one too.
What?
Doug got one too.
But why?
Yeah.
How are we all functioning today? I mean, about your fake accident, man. I'm telling you, they're right there for you.
I don't know.
Charles has blisters on his sisters. How you like that, according to Billy?
You so
So what's
sick.
shaking, fellas?
Hello, Billy. Yeah, not his scroll, so we're gonna get there. I got it.
Well, we're just gonna say that.
Blisters on the system.
Look at there. There's the champion.
And just saying.
Yeah, no, that's Santa. The champagne's next to him. Karma. I love all these people. I don't know why, but I do. Good God on a stick. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
Well,
Remind me that one.
But for the next scroll off.
I was the first one to get hurt, so I was the first one to get disqualified for breaking a piece. So I ought to win something for that.
You
Nothing? Nothing?
John, you got anything?
You know,
I'm the eyes and
I
ears
mean,
of
I
the
got-
promoter. You're the prize giver out of it.
I've got two. I've got both guys here that are running that whole scroll off show. And I get that.
You're welcome, by the way, folks. That's a lot of work. All right.
There you go, fellas.
Doug said, and Greg says, I have blisters for sisters. Doug says, I just have a source of audio on my thumb from pushing on the blade so hard to keep it in place while I tighten the screw. Yeah, we tend to have a lot of openings here, Marty. It's usually not intentional. And everybody has a crystal clear picture on their computer. Yay.
That's amazing.
that's awesome.
Hello, Donna, Love Angel.
Hey, Donna.
Donna Smith. Hello, Donna.
Long time no see, eh?
Oh,
Hey,
so
Canadian
what I
muscle.
started mentioning was for the next scroll off, if I happen to get a surprise computer from somebody, then I know who's
Ooh.
going to win first place. Just saying.
Jerry. It's
Yeah,
Jerry. I
Jerry.
don't know a damn thing, but I suspect.
You know,
Jerry
that's
is
Jerry.
all gotta
I'm
play-
saying- I hate to say it.
Stay along though, but I need a new computer. Somebody's going to win first place.
No, I have to say this. This is all
Hello,
jokes
Steve.
aside. That's why I suspected Jerry. He is one of the most giving, helpful men I've ever met in my life, and
you
Dale
go.
has helped me
See,
quite a
Good
bit.
guy.
but I don't know. I don't know because Dale's a pretty good IT guy, and he might have some extra stuff to send me too, right? So I'm just saying.
Ah,
He very well
He's
might.
in that computer.
The only reason I guessed Jerry.
Doug says,
yeah,
Rig, count him out.
there-
Rig, count him out.
I'm all right with losing. I've kind of gotten used to it. That's just
Yeah,
me.
Doug, how can I guarantee somebody's going to win it though? I can't.
The only thing he can do is sit back on his last cut and wait for Jerry to pass him up
Yeah.
and cut Charles's camera and
Oh,
mic.
I got. Well, Jerry says he has some spare older units there, but it probably costs more and all that, Canadian crap. He says, dude, he's saying, dude.
Yeah, it'd be
Anyway,
cheaper just for me to buy one.
Robin says, Charles, why don't you tell him, John, where you got yours so he can do the payment plan? I went through Affirm, AFFIRM, see if you have any credit with them. That's how I got my computer. That was the last thing I
I got no
legitimately
credit
bought
at all.
before I tanked my credit.
Dale
I have
said
an
he'd
Acer
be broke
Nitro
shipping it over,
desktop.
John.
Yeah, I know.
No, Jerry did not buy my computer. He pointed to the one I should get, but he did not buy it. But he helped me set it up. And back in my past dinosaurs, Dale helped me. And those two have helped me quite a bit, technically.
Oh, that's just like a
yeah,
page you go place.
no, Jerry did not buy my computer. Yeah, well, Affirm, if you get the credit, then you just pay it down. And that's what I did with the rims on my truck, and then I got this computer. It used to take my computer probably a good 5-10 minutes to boot up. This one boots up in about a minute.
Jerry said
Or
eBay.
Maple, bloody hell. Yeah. Refurbished Acer Nitro 50 is what everyone got recently. Lee Knight says, also, you got to stop talking about me. I'm here now. Didn't know we had. But Dale says, he says, Affirm or pay tomorrow, Charles, for the U.S. and probably Canada. I used Affirm. And I did them good until I decided I'm tired of being broke every month. So I stopped paying my bills.
There's
No,
a firm in Canada, too.
Jerry's saying, Charles, you didn't buy it either. Technically, you just walked off on the credit. No, that was the no. I walked off on the rest of the credit, not that one. And Donna says, I got a Tosh Cosmeo laptop, but the hinge is broken, I assume is what she means. And hello, Lee. And she said needs a lot of work on it. But yeah, and I wasn't belittling Jerry, and everybody knows that. But yeah, he helps the hell out of people. I know he's helped Shay. He helped 2 or 3 other people. I don't know how many people, if anyone, that he actually bought a computer for, but him and the reason why I hesitated to bring up Dale, or I don't like anybody to feel like I'm volunteering them. I'm just saying they've done me good. They've helped me. But that doesn't mean, go bug them. So I hope that came out clearly. Lee says, we're not 115 members and scrollers worldwide. Go ahead, Russ. Sorry about that.
I said, how did we get on that anyway?
On what computer?
Oh, that's right. We got on there from John. Okay. Somebody sent him a computer.
And we don't know who it is. And that's another thing about Dale and Jerry. Neither one of them ever requires anything in return, and you don't have to praise them. They're not doing it for accolades. They're doing it because they're good people. We all treat each other like crap in these things, but they're just good people. And I know anybody that knows them knows that. So I'm not blowing smoke. All right.
Steve Nealon says, so everyone should hit up Dale and Jerry for free stuff.
That's Steve being Steve. Jerry says, I've donated about $5,000 this year overall. I'm not going to name names. It's all for the help, not the glory. Exactly. That was my point. And the few times I'm able to help people, I don't praise myself either, because that's what you should do as people. All right. Donna says, I'm looking for a new IT man as I wore the last one out. Okay.
He finished the rest of that now.
It cleans up at the end. It was my late husband. Doug says, no worries, Dale and Jerry. I'm not going to ask you for free stuff. Hey, but Doug did want Jerry to pay his mortgage just because I got some Dr. Peppers. No, we all treat each other like pure pond scum, but when it comes down to it, we're all there for each other if we're capable. And Billy says, nor I.
Well, I guess that means Billy ain't gonna bug him for free stuff either.
The most I've bugged Jerry for, besides help, is links to some of the stuff he gets. I know it was a joke, Doug. Come on now. Anybody with half a brain knows this. Yeah. And Greg says, sell our surplus by design on eBay. And Canada has some new and open box computers. I bought 4 from them with no complaints. Now, this is past tense, but used to, Tiger Direct was a go-to place, and now their reputation has gone to crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything from them right now.
Yeah.
After what all happened with Jerry.
Do not go to Tiger Direct. Where are we? Donna says, I'm being good. I'm not looking for a future late husband anymore. And Lee says, Dr. Pepper is your blood type, Charles. I resemble that remark. And Doug says, that was a joke to Charles. I'm aware. Thanks. And Donna's sticking her tongue out.
Donna wasn't. It was Denise.
And Dale was the doctor who tried to revive me as I started to pass out from the first time realizing there is such a thing of not having Dr. Pepper in time. Just saying. I literally almost passed out on a live show. Dale says Rent-A-Center, I think, are an option in the U.S. too. There's Aaron's rent-owned. There's rent-owned stuff all over the place, but you end up paying more in the end. Well, I guess that can be the case anywhere, but yeah, I used to have stellar credit, but then I got tired of being broke every month paying all these bills. And I know that's a part of life. I'm not stupid. But I pick and choose now what bills I pay because I'm tired of not having any money left. And if you're talking to us, Russ, you're muted.
I was talking, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Which because you muted.
I know it. When I looked up, I said, damn it, I wasted all that word.
All that knowledge and wisdom. Donna says, no, I didn't stick my tongue out. I am now, though.
That's what I was going to try to tell you.
I thought I said Denise because Denise had the. Anywho.
You said Donna. It was Denise that did it.
I'm sorry, Donna. I meant Denise. Denise says, I love you all. Y'all are crazy in a good way. Amen. Lee says, my current computer is an HP. I used to design sometimes. But I don't really design. Sorry. stretching my face. It has sound effects. I don't really design much anymore unless someone asks. Yeah, I've even slowed down a little bit, but it's my pastime when I'm.
Apple MacBook Pro, 16.2-inch screen, Retina XDR display, laptop, MT Max chip with 10-core CPU, 32-core GPU, 64 gig RAM, 2 terabyte SSD, touchscreen sensor, blah blah blah. $8,000 for a laptop.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's got a
I
lot
should
of
get
good
that one.
stuff with it.
Yeah, but in Canadian money, you'd have to be a zillionaire, sir.
That is $8,000 Canadian. It's
I have had
$6,000
I've had
US.
no
$6
issues
grand
with
here. Huh?
I've had no issues with my Acer Nitro, and I'm not represented by Acer Nitro. I had no issues whatsoever. Boots up very quickly. And Jerry says, as soon as I heard Apple, I am out. I knew him and or Dale would probably have strong opinions on
Yeah,
certain brands.
I'm not an Apple guy.
And I'm sorry I keep speaking for y'all. I don't mean to.
I've always liked the company when it first started, but now I don't care for it anymore.
I learned on
What movie was it the guy kept
I
saying,
learned on Apple.
this guy was either going to he wanted to put stock in Yahoo or something, or was making fun of it. Was that Hot Tub Time Machine?
I don't know.
One of those things, they start out real young and then they get older.
Didn't they start Google?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh my God, Dale, that's stuff.
Billy's asking Lee about what do you charge for such things. I've been wanting to get into Intelligent. And Greg says, yeah, but it's an Apple. And Lee says it's an Apple, that's why. Dale says, my video PC is powered by a Wii Ryzen 9 with 16 cores and 128 gigabytes of RAM. Macs are cool. They will keep the rain off. I knew they were going to have an opinion. Donna says, I had two Apple MacBooks, and I like them both, but I got it for college, art and design. And Billy says, I don't do any tech.
See, but I do know.
I in it.
I know that working with the movie industry, everything in the movie industry is Mac based. Was Mac based. All their editing software, their editing suites, everything. Their drawing tablets, their pads, they're freaking. I knew people that had graphic design pads like the Russ had there, the bamboo or the freaking whatever pad, the wave.
Wacom.
What's that one you have there, Rusty?
The drawing pad.
Wacom.
Yep.
Wacom pads with that.
I never know how to pronounce that.
The ones that I dealt with back in the 90s, they were like 2x3 pads and with draw pens and everything else, and they were like the ultimate freaking things to work with. I had a Mac notebook, I had an iMac, I had Mac Power 6300. I can't remember what it was. Mac. I grew up on Mac, so.
Well, that, and some people swear by certain brands because they've had good luck with them, but or makes. And Jerry says I've used both Apple and Microsoft before they had GUIs, and Apple was weak sauce unless you do graphic design or music. And Dale says was, and Jerry's talking about the Wacom tablet. Doug says DaVinci Resolve is the top dog now, and Denise loves her iPhone even though it's an Apple. Donna says I was in college in 2015 and they were using Mac desktops. Dale says it's free for personal use. Lee says let me know what you need. I'll make you an interpreter pattern free. That's to Billy. Donna says my nephew was at college doing art and design. He was using Mac desktop. I can't talk. I lost it. Russ, it's your turn. Did I say Doug instead of? I can't talk. I'm done. There's a show going on.
I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone and an iPad at work, and they work awesome. And then we will change over to our Samsung tablets, or even when I'm working on Carrie's phone, I'm lost. It doesn't. I don't know how to use it.
Steve Nealon says Mac is just glorified overprices. Linux machine.
I do know that at the time, equivalents Mac and IBM were Mac, Mac, Mac. I'm trying to figure out what it is now. So Mac 85 equaled Windows 97, just to put it that way. That's how far advanced Mac was way back then. And then Macintosh pretty much closed down. Apple closed down. But the thing is, they're still selling Apple stuff, but they're not as far advanced. But their graphics equipment, their graphics software is still used in the movie industry. So I know that that's the thing to go with still. And I learned on Mac. That's what I'm saying.
Steve Neal says Mac is just a glorified, overpriced Linux machine or Linux. I don't know if it's a typo or if it's something I don't know about. Lee says for design school, we all had Apples, but my personal was an HP. I've had HPs. Mike says I'd get Procreate if I had the choice of art software. Greg says Memory Express has multi outlets in Western Canada and have spent thousands there with no complaints. They have some good sales. So that is Memory Express if you're in Canada. Donna says anytime I had issues with my MacBook Apple, use phone, me back. Wait. So I would not have a large phone bill. Call Local Lab was all apples, says Lee. Nancy, hello. Says can't stay watching TV with the hubby. Hello, Nancy and hubby. And we were caught up. Everybody's saying how to do duty. Alrighty then.
Yeah, we don't have any of those stores up here though.
Now, John, are you saying you're for sure getting a new computer?
Why you need a computer?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need one, but are you getting one? I know, but were you saying that there's one on the way? I know you need one. We're acknowledging we're on the same page, Cletus. I'm saying, I know you need one, but then you were saying something about getting one. Is it already in the works on the way, or are you still looking? Is what I'm asking.
No, I have to look for one.
Oh.
I have to look for one.
Dale says the only apples he likes are in his cider.
And Mike says Sun Microsystems were the original graphics.
Computers for films.
My uncle used to work for Texas Instruments way back. Lee says, now my phone can't do a lot of design work, but I still got to take the patterns from the phone to the laptop for breaking lines and such. I prefer desktop, but I use the laptop for the live streams way.
Jerry says absolutely no Chromebooks unless you're a student. Yeah, they're not worth it. Steve says colors aren't off, Donna. Charlie really looks like that.
That's why I was laughing.
I had a feeling that's what it was.
God love you, Steve Nealon. Basically barely better than a Kindle, says Jerry. Greg says, how do you milk sheep? Come out with a new iPhone. That's not wrong. Apple cider. And Dale says, I might argue the SGI were more influential, though. Now, who was it that innovated the there's different kinds of hard drive. There's the SATA, there's the SSD. I don't remember what all that crap stands for, but didn't one of those companies innovate that, and it made a lot of computer techie dudes and girls happy? I don't remember the particulars. I want to see which brainiac answers that one first, but they're all going to have 20 different opinions. I think part of this is that I don't have enough light on my face, and I say that somebody's going to say. Can y'all hear me? It got really quiet. Oh, that was Russ. That scared me. I said, crap, did I mess up my microphone?
I said, oh, God, turn the light off.
I said, crap.
I was muted when I said it. I lost another word again.
I thought I got trolled. Donna says, I like tropical fruit cider. Jerry says, there is a new hard drive, the M2. You want to tell us about that, sir? Lee says, why does the Apple have a bite out of it already? I used to know the answer to that, but I don't. Western Digital, says Mike.
It's not. It's illegal.
No.
Oh, tax reasons. What's his face? What year was what, Denise? I've said 20 things, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Jerry says, in your Nitro 50, the SSD and M2 have no moving parts, making for less power and faster boot up. I almost said mad because he did, but I read between. Yeah. Yeah, because the older hard drives have that spinning and all that crap, and I think that's what he's getting at. That's why I was asking.
Greg said they found a worm in the apple.
So they ate it.
See, I do know that I got a quote from the computer shop down the road there, and it's going to be $3,000. $3,000 for the computer that I want. $3,000 for the computer, the graphics suite that I'm my own server, like 5 terabyte of storage, like 3 more cameras and 4 monitors, I think it is.
Good God on a stick, man. You won't need a computer for a while. Jerry says, I type with both sides of my brain, so the keys get hit wrong. Lee says, it has to do with the byte, the amount of space on a hard drive. I think it is a lot more technical than that. I think it was what Jerry was saying, though. Less moving parts. Because some people used to actually, when their hard drive overheated, they put it in the freezer, and it would lift, because sometimes the needle, or for lack of a better word, the little arm that reads the data off the disk.
It is a needle.
Yeah, it would.
An optical needle.
Yeah, it would overheat and it would melt onto the disk. You put it in the freezer and it would pop it off the disk. That's why some people did that. I'm not confirming or denying that you should do that. I'm just saying, blah blah blah. And
it's not a real needle, but it looks like one. It looks like the old phonographs where you play your records on.
Yeah, that's why that was my perfect.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, and Jerry says the graphic card I want is about $1,400 alone. Billy says I type with both sides of my fingers. Dale says I
do too. That's why I hit 2 keys at once.
Dale says use your fingers, Jerry, more accurate than your head. Well, Russ, I'm going to be that guy. I'm typing right now. Come on, somebody out there laugh, even if you hate me. I don't care. That was funny.
No ladies laugh.
Ain't no damn ladies here. Okay, Mike says Western Digital did flash memory SSD, apparently, but not OG SSD. Greg says my first computer cost $3,500, a Pentium 100. We had a compact Presario, all that crap, all that old stuff. And Apple took a bite out. Donna says I had fun taking a hard drive apart once. Jerry says, and then he couldn't even hit the space bar. Robin says what? Lee says, and the rest is history. And Denise says, hey now, Charles, that was reference to me saying ain't no ladies here.
I knew somebody's gonna pop up.
So did I. It's what we do here. Don't worry, John. We got this. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Denise said she remembers inspecting motherboards.
Donna says my first computer had Windows 3.1. I can't remember what
my first computer did not have Windows. It had DOS.
It was either 95 or 97. I don't remember which, but that was what my first one had.
I think I upgraded to DOS 6.0 before Windows came around.
Now, being brand new to tech at the time, I was amazed that what you were looking at on your computer screen could be printed out. It looked just like it. It was pixelized as all hell, but it was cool. Dale says my first computer had 1K of RAM, 4K of RAM. I still own it. Billy said, did I say RAM?
RAM first, and it's ROM on
the RAM and ROM. One is random access memory or something like that. I can't remember what those stand for. Billy says my first computer was an Atari 1200 XL. Yeah, we had one of those.
Well, that was game system. That didn't count. And it had a cassette drive, yeah.
Well, Lee wishes he was the designer of the Apple logo. It had a cassette drive. Mike says ZX Spectrum, Dale. Lee says my first family computer had Windows 98.
I ever had.
Did I say 97? I meant 98. Anyway, Dale says ZX80. Chris Nealon has joined us. Howdy. Hello, Chris Nealon. And Doug says Raymond or
Roman? Roman.
And Mike says ZX80. We're good. What was that other one that was out around the same time as the compact Presario? It was COMPAQ. There was something else. It was a VIC-20, wasn't it? No, not at the same time.
Commodore.
Yeah,
You're
Commodore.
thinking of Commodore.
Commodore
It was a
VIC-20.
VIC 20.
It was a
Commodore
VIC-20
VIC-
Commodore
Mhm.
64.
Commodore
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
the Commodore
Commodore
VIC-20 was
64.
out way before the Commodore 64. When
Yeah.
the Commodore
Yep.
64 came out, Apple came. The Commodore 64, the Commodore 64C, and then the Commodore 128.
Everybody remembers the floppy
I
leaf.
had a Commodore 64. I had a Commodore VIC-20 and a Commodore 64. The Commodore 64, we had 5.25-inch discs for that. I had a cassette drive for that. It cartridges in the back. You could write on the cassettes or the discs.
Yeah.
It had an external hard drive on it. I had a dot matrix printer with
Oh,
the
yeah.
cable. The printer ribbon was like this long.
Yeah.
I had a joystick. The joystick was one button on top of it, a one-button joystick with one button on it. And I used to spend hours and hours and hours freaking programming freaking games into it.
And some of them youngins out there don't know those floppy
And
disks
that was before.
were actually floppy.
That was
That's
before
They were.
double-sided. So a 5.25-inch floppy disk, I think had Dale know the answer to this one. How
Double-sided,
many bytes
double density.
were on a floppy disk? No,
Single-sided, double density.
Single-sided disk, floppy disk.
Double
5.25
density.
floppy disk.
Now
Yeah.
I don't want to ignore all these comments,
Yeah,
but there's a
yeah.
bunch of
Double-sided, and then double-sided were like twice the price, but all you had to do was take a hole punch and flip it over, and it was automatically
Mhm.
double-sided.
there's way too many names and numbers out there, so I apologize for all the comments I'm skipping. But Jerry says I played with Disney software on the. Go ahead.
I do know that when the 3.25-inch discs come out, that those held 1.4 meg.
Mm-hmm.
Pong. Yeah,
And they still called them floppies when they
One
weren't
thing I-
floppy.
It's one thing I hated about
They were
the
hard
Atari, man. The little dials on that deal were so freaking sensitive. You're trying to play Pong and go like this, and it's going.
The
Mhm. I used to love to play Pong.
ColecoVision ones were always breaking off.
Mm.
Oregon Trail. My dad played that one. What was all green, like a what do they call them?
Ah, Chris
CPM.
says, "Who you calling dense, Russ?" Now where'd that one come from?
Dysentery. Yep. Yeah. He died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dale. The Z80 assembly language, it gave me a real pain in the tail. But
Doug has a Sega Genesis someplace around here. Yeah, we got the Atari, and the Activision was the next thing. Well, that was more of a game maker than a system at first, anyway. Z80A. This is all above my freaking head. Okay,
I don't have any more floppy disk. I got, I do have the regular 3.5-inch, which is just not floppy anymore. Those are the hard ones. I got some of those. They still call them floppy though for some reason.
Just have it, I guess.
Oh, double dense. I see. Density.
That's when you feel old, when you look back at all the crap.
No. My first computer I had was a
did
NMSI
Occasional
8080.
cassettes for the VIC-20 and the Commodore folder packs. Put it in the cassette, load it up, hit start, and then freaking it would walk you through like a tutorial, like a game or whatever, where you learn stuff,
Mhm.
history and geography and stuff like that.
So the floppy disks were like this big, and then you had those harder ones with the silver thing you slid to protect it or whatever, and those were about this big. And then I guess CDs came next.
3.5.
Yeah. Laser vision. Yeah. God, we're all, what do you call it? Taking a trip down memory lane. Greg says 3.5 discs are floppy inside a hard case.
Yeah, they weren't floppy after when you held them. The other ones were.
Okay, a whole bunch of numbers here, so bear with me. Jerry says cassette cartridges, 6.25, 3.5,
Oh, yeah,
DVD-ROM, DVD-ROM,
Mm-hmm.
and the USB S to micro SD. And Dale keeps saying he still has some.
Why you keep all that stuff? It ain't gonna be worth anything.
It's it's hard to let go of certain things.
Some things, I suppose.
And what's his face? Mike says programming games out of
Oh,
computer
fuck.
and video games magazine. was how I learned to program. Old Fart says Chris. Doug
Yeah.
says we are too, Chris. And
Exactly.
Mike says I'm an old fart. Hi, Chris. Lee Knight says I used to remove the outer protection, so we just had the frisbee.
Wow.
A lot of people that
Oh,
don't
no,
go
no.
to
It's like back in the day. Back in the back in the day when your floppy your 3.5 inch floppy was 1.4 megabytes. You know,
Yeah.
nowadays a thumb drive you can hold a terabyte on a thumb drive. Back then you didn't even know
Yeah.
what a terabyte was. It was like
Mm-hmm.
fathomable.
well, that and they had these rooms
Now you get a hard
filled
drive.
with things. Well, the stuff you have on a phone,
I got an external
Used
hard
to
drive
fill
here
a
that's
room.
got 3 terabyte on it.
that,
Yeah, I
and
got one with 4 and 3.
I know that y'all know I am not exaggerating. What is on a phone used to fill up a whole damn room. That is
No,
amazing.
Yeah, it did.
Charles, the stuff on your watch, hooked up to your phone,
Smartwatch.
filled up a fucking room.
This is my
Mhm.
watch. I don't. When I
Yeah,
have
the
time, I don't-
smartwatches nowadays, it's really
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Hell, a smartwatch can tell you when you're about to have a heart attack. Dale says my working Laserdisc DVD machine is worth the same today as it was when I bought it new. All those retro. That's the word I was looking for. Tech buds love this stuff. Chris Neal
Yeah.
says, speaking of
I
old
like it
parts,
too,
I made
but
a
I
window.
I didn't have nowhere in the world to be storing all this stuff that I used to have.
I'm just the comment reader. Billy says, what about the 8-inch floppy disk?
I didn't have an 8-inch floppy disk.
Jerry says, I have a full set of 6.25 Microsoft and DOS and on floppy. Someone was cleaning out their cabinet. That will be fine art one of these days. He also says, first hard drive I had was a 10 megabyte.
Mhm. And you really had something too when you had that. Huh?
And I know designers hoard pictures
the
and
8-inch
programs and
ones
this
were
and that.
called
What?
the 8-inch ones were called diskettes.
Ah,
Oh, I thought that was a sexual
3.5.
reference. Trying to be funny. Tells you how much I know. Steve Neal says NASA launched the Apollo flights with the less computing
yeah,
than that phone has on it. That I love trivia
It
like
did.
that.
it did.
First DVD Donna says first DVD laser disc was the size of a LP, like a record. And it never got full, says Jerry. Greg says pocket watch, phone in pocket. Yep. Dale says 64K,
All
Steve.
right, Dale said he's got to get going to bed. Good night, everybody. Take care, folks.
Appreciate you, Dale. Lee says, Charles, do you know they actually started working on the cell phone in the 1950s and 60s? I suspect.
Hence all the photos of the
Doug's
time
leaving.
travelers back then. Right?
Doug says good night, everybody.
Doug and Dale, appreciate y'all dropping by.
D&D, huh? Dungeons and Dragons? Oh, it's
Word.
just Doug and Dale. Just Doug and Dale.
Yeah,
Doug's just saying goodnight to Dale.
oh,
I don't think so.
no, I think.
He
What did
said,
say?
I'm right with you.
Oh,
I'm with you, Dale. Have a good night, everyone.
Yep.
Oh, I'm with
yep.
you.
Now, you see, you
We all
let a comment reader read a comment, all right?
Word, for real.
Oh, Lordy. What
No,
the
I
hell
love
kind of a
reminiscing on
scrolling
these
show is
old-
this? I came to see some scrolling. What's
I
going
love
on here?
reminiscing on this old stuff. Was that for me? Was that pointed at me, or are you waiting for Russ to turn
Well,
it
it
up?
must have been to you because I'm across from him.
Well, I didn't know if it was a pointer or just down and let me turn it up for you. Think.
Yeah, I know.
Can you hear
Gary
it?
says I had a cell phone the size of a Zippo at one point. Then the attack of the media phones hit. Now they are bigger than your pocket. You remember those big old bricks they came out with? Yeah. Now let's be honest. At least in my limited tech mind, I never dreamed we'd have a touchscreen thing.
Yeah.
You know.
The touchscreen.
Yeah.
You know.
He
Like
said
usually
he
everything
came
was
to see some
freaking buttons.
scrolling too.
You saw it. Disappointed.
Sorry,
Well, it's too bad. It's not what you're doing.
This is a social show. It's
Read the thumbnail.
It's the Daily Scrolls. Not
I
the
didn't see
Daily
the
Scrolling.
thumbnail. I just saw John was on. Okay.
Yeah, let's look at the thumbnail. What is it?
Steve Combs says they say that the old calculator wristwatches from the
It says
80s had more
TNA Q&A.
computing power than they. Yeah,
Apollo spaceship.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Oh, the thumbnail.
I had a Casio and
I
I had a Cas
Yeah, I had one of those, a smaller one.
I had a Casio and a candle watch, and you had to use your freaking pencil to freaking push the buttons with.
Yeah,
Oh hell!
and all the nerds had a full calculator on theirs.
Lee says, "Russ, you're so funny. I don't know where that came from. Is it something I said?"
Bag bone, says Greg. Yeah, they used to have to carry that crap around in it like a duffel bag. And Jerry says they say all the tech advancements we have had since the 50s was stolen from Area 51 spaceship. So,
They swear to God, there's nothing there. No green men, no gray men.
I hear more about gray men than I do gray men, but that just whatever.
I'm older than you. I've heard green men.
Okay.
Green and gray. I watch a lot of Stargate. They're gray now.
You should listen if you want entertainment or at least fodder for your brain. Coast to Coast AM on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike. Those poor had to strap an abacus to my wrist. I had to explain the other day what an abacus was to
Really?
my freaking helper. So he's 20. He's 21, and I taught him how to count binary, like how computers count binary, so how to count on your fingers, right? Like so for example, computers type binary, right? So you get 00001 is 1. Okay, and then 00010 is 2. 00011 is 3.
3.
It's 3.
Hey, don't hurt my brain now. Come on
This
now.
is 2,
Mike says,
and this is 1.
There's
3.
only 2 digits. You have
and
to
Mike
make all
says,
of it.
yeah. Mike says, and a sundial. And Donna says they're probably actually blue, referring to the aliens, I guess. Greg says, I had a Casio watch with 6 games and a joystick on it. That'd be a little bitty joystick. Anyway, just kidding. Lee says, sure, that's what you think. Donna says, that's why they say no little green men, LOL. Steve Combs says, back when we went to the moon, computers were mostly reel to reel. Yeah, with data on the,
Yeah.
And Lee says, I freaking love Coast to Coast. Sometimes they're boring as hell, though. And some of the craziest people, other than me, call into that thing. Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah.
What's Coast to Coast?
I used to listen to it all the time. Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. It used to be Art Bell, but he died. They talk about space, all kinds of stuff, controversial stuff like aliens and what do they call it, remote viewing. It's hard to explain.
Jim said, get a slide rule. That's what they used back at NASA when they were designing stuff. Used a slide rule way back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Jerry's talking about that dress that everybody thought was either black and blue or yellow and whatever.
Depending on who was looking at it.
Yeah.
Who's looking at the little aliens was his reason for bringing that up. Computer class in school was punch cards, says Greg.
I never did have to mess with punch cards.
See,
I
Russ
remember
was
that.
back in school and all the grades were in the same building.
Yeah.
Remember that, Russ?
I know whenever first computers came out and you were talking about they filled the whole rooms, which they did. The scientists on there were on roller skates, and they'd skate from one data bank to another, changing tubes because the tubes always go out.
Denise,
And that's all they did all day.
Go to Coast AM, and they'll tell you what channels can be found on, or just Google it. It's paranormal. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you, Lee.
Yeah.
And what I was saying was, Russ was back when they had those little wooden schoolhouses, and every grade from kindergarten up to seniors were all in the same room.
Hey, man.
My
school wasn't quite that little, but we had kindergarten to 12th grade all in one building.
Yeah, he had graduation with 7 other people. I'll tell you what.
14.
It was about 2.
Yeah, Denise, that's the way it was. Seriously, roller skates. It enabled them to get from one space to another quicker.
Do you remember those metal roller skates?
Oh yeah.
And they weren't soft, and then they inevitably the strap would hold on, but everything else fall off, and you're dragging it behind you, running. Yeah.
Donna says she
I
has a
have a
slide
brand
rule.
new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new
Got a
key.
brand new key. And go ahead and finish the rest of it.
I have a slide roller somewhere, as it was my husband's. He had a degree in maths from Heriot-Watt University. And Steve says, I used to listen when I was out plowing snow all night to Coast AM. A lot of late nighters, a lot of truckers listening to Coast to Coast
I've
AM.
never
Donna
heard of
says, sorry for caps, as I had to Google the spelling. The caps are all right. Hello, Kathleen or Mary. We're going to call her Mary.
Hello,
so it's easier to
Kat.
remember. Chris Nealon says, I got a brand new pair. Oh, he's singing. I got a pair. You sing it. I don't know the song.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to wait for John to say the next line, but Chris put it in there.
You remember back when Burger King wasn't a creepy mannequin? It was an actual dude.
Yeah.
And back when commercials were kind of funny. And yeah. Everybody knew every character in the McDonald's.
Now, who the heck is Mike talking about? Mr. Plow.
No
That's
idea.
his name. Then that name again is Mr. Plow. Who the heck is Mr. Plow?
It's probably some UK thing.
Mr. Plow. That's his name. Mr. Plow.
I never heard of it.
I've never heard of that neither. Lee says, mouth.
Mr. Plow. That's
Mouth.
my name.
I think he
Mr.
means-
Plow.
I think he
That's
means-
my game. Mr. Plow. What's that name again? Mr. Plow.
I think he means
Give
Mothman,
Mr.
but
Plow on the back of his jacket.
Ronald McDonald was not like a pre-candy van driver. Horner
Mr. Plow.
says, yeah, oh, not Horner, Homer. Yeah, so and some of the old toys. You remember the Light Bright black construction paper? And you just stab these little plastic pegs into
Oh,
the
it's
light.
from the. Robin says it's from The Simpsons.
Let's talk about our old toys now. Dang it! I didn't have computers that much. Alrighty then, that was
They
fun.
didn't have computers when I was little. I was out of high school when they came out with that crap.
I was
Yeah.
25 before they came out.
They came out in the 80s. Computers did.
Okay. Well, I
you
didn't
had-
have one till I was 25. I was just getting ready to get married when I had it.
80. I want to say 85, but I could be wrong on the year.
Personal home computers.
Yeah. Yeah, they had computers, but not for the home. You know, like every
When
family
did-
has a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when did personal home?
Denise said Spirograph. Who had one?
Those little gear wheel looking things.
Yeah, I was.
Those
looking
were
at it.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
they
you
were-
had the etch a sketch, and
Oh, I
your
played that
goal was
Etch-a-Sketch.
trying to make. You had to make a perfect diagonal line.
I had an Etch a Sketch.
IBM personal computer, August 12th, 1981. Commodore 64, August 82. Macintosh, January 1984. April 77th. So here you go.
Yes, Lee, it was. Greg says my toys were a rock and a pointed stick.
Spectrum, Apple.
Steve said he had 2 silver bells hanging on a string.
My brother and I had to share our first bike, as you know, because it costs more to buy two of everything. So
But if
we-
they just put another seat on it, you could have had a 2-seater. You're both looking like who's in the front.
We're about romantic, like.
Could have had a
Who goes in
banana
the
seat.
front?
Could have had a banana seat with the big freaking fucking car in the
You
back,
both
man.
could have sat
You
on
just
it,
sat in the
man.
basket in the front.
Hello, Jeff. Jeff has joined us. I had a Etch a Sketch. The goal was to try to make a
Hello,
perfect
Jeff.
diagonal line. And I tore one apart, and all it is was two rods with a.
Why in the hell did you do it, Chad? You had to see what it looked like in there, didn't you?
Yeah, that night it looked like a Tent Man, you know, because that dust,
Why would
silver dust.
Yeah.
Mine was Cindy Doll's, a UK version of a Barbie, LOL. Jerry says my Coleco. I got
Coleco.
it. Yeah,
Denise, you don't know what a banana
84.
seat is?
it's a long seat for a bicycle, mostly by women.
No.
Mostly by women.
Most
Like
women
boys,
had
you
banana
can
seats
ride-
before
you-
we got-
Guys
actually
had them
ride-
too.
You can actually ride three boys on a seat, man.
That was not just a girl thing. That was
It was
everybody
more
thing.
popular for the girl thing. I didn't have no damn.
Yeah, it was not. It was
I didn't have
popular
no
for
damn
everybody.
gay banana
No, it wasn't.
seed.
We're gonna just talk shit about this because that's bull.
I
Everybody,
didn't- you had fun with no
everybody.
damn banana
Well,
seed.
I was a long time before
can buy-
you came into being.
You
I
can buy
knew.
one brand new. You can buy one brand new for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go get your damn
You can
banana
buy one
seed.
brand new for
Damn.
$100.
All right, I ain't reading Jerry's comments.
Don't read Chris's either. At least you had a seat, not just a shaft. That would not be fun.
I didn't
I've
say
seen it
guys
around
didn't.
them,
I didn't say guys didn't have banana seeds. I said it was more
Yeah.
common for the girls to have them. Good God on a stick.
It wasn't more common.
No,
It
they
was
weren't.
common for everybody.
All the guys I knew had banana seeds.
God, yeah, everybody
Now-
had a banana seat.
Who had a big wheel? With the
I
plastic
don't remember
friction
if I
wheels
ever
that,
had
that
I had a
run
green-
it through or ground
I think
through?
I was past that.
I had a
when the
green
big wheels
machine.
came out.
Green machine,
heard
yeah,
of
the
it.
one like this. Yep.
Yeah, you had to fucking do this to it.
Yeah. And I had the little Evil Knievel one with actual rubber wheels. It was kind of cool.
Billy said his Stingray had a banana seat and a sissy bar, Charles.
Well,
I never had a sissy bar on my bike.
Have fun with your sissy banana. I don't give a damn.
That's the cheap bar.
JJE,
Jim says banana seat with the ape hanger handlebars. I don't think so.
not in
All the blood
70s.
runs down. Yeah, fingers go numb. No, I didn't ever care for
Who
that.
had the big orange flag on the, yeah. And who put the playing cards in the wheels or the tennis
Who
bar?
put the bop in the bop, she bop, she bop?
Yeah, okay, we're getting all here. Donna says
You don't know
that.
Grease, do you?
Tennis cards? We had hockey cards.
Okay, John, since you're the Googler, look up banana seat. Donna wants to see what they look like, and I think Denise does too. My kid had a big wheel, said Marty.
I
I
said-
love
I
a
said-
big wheel.
Oh,
Mary
I
said
sent one
she
to
was
Denise,
born in
so-
'74. That's when I graduated high school, Mary.
I was born in 70. Billy says no flags. Jerry says that was Schwinn sold banana seats and sissy bar. I was more a mongoose BMX with a plastic seat. Yeah, mongoose. A lot of those BMX dudes, do all kinds of tricks on them.
Yeah.
Oh, Denise says John sent me a pic. Mike says, have you seen Nitro's Circus, Charles? They jump big wheels off a 100-foot high ramp. Holy hell, I'd love to see that.
I might
Grease is
see
the
it.
word.
Grease is the word. Yes, it is.
Jumped the bike and rode the dirt bike, says Jeff. And
I did
Donna
that
says
too.
she's born in 72. Billy says I graduated high school in 1973, Kathleen. So Billy and Russ are the old ones. And Jeff said he had a 250
Hallelujah.
250 Yamaha too. Lee says I had a big wheel, but it was a Corvette. Jerry says, oh, the gooseneck pad was a lifesaver. Banana seats were not a thing in the UK, says Donna. Corvette body, says Lee. Denise says, never had a banana seat. And Greg graduated in 75. He's 66. I'm 52. Russ says, Dish Mini.
Almost 67.
Yeah.
So is Billy. He's almost 67. If he ain't already.
My wife is 48. I thought she was 44. I just haven't been keeping it.
Yeah,
I'm good at
66.
remembering birthdays. I'm just not remembering the origin birthday.
I'll be
Like the year.
I'll be 67 in February, Jeff.
I'll be 53
Marty
in
says,
June.
old ones. Damn, I graduated in 74. Now I'm old. Yeah, you're old.
Sorry, Marty. You're old.
Yeah, Billy's a couple months older than me.
What?
Marty.
What
Marty.
you say?
In 74, I
He thinks he knows it.
was 2 years old in 1974, Marty.
Oh my God, that's when I graduated,
I
74.
was 4 years old. You were half my age. Jerry says, I am 50 in June. I was born in 73. Do you have water cooled 250, Jeff? That's Mike.
Ah,
Donna says, I was 50
74
in June.
rules, 75 drools.
Okay, Billy says, I'll be 68 in July. My dad's birthday is in July.
Oh my
Class
God.
of 75. I was class of 88. Donna says, my husband would have been 61. And Lee trying to type says, remember, ma'am. He
Yeah,
probably means
first he said
remember.
then, and
Yeah,
then he said remember.
I remember wiping out on a trike, a Honda trike, and they freaking scrapped them. They weren't allowed to drive them anymore. When they brought the quads out, they're more stable apparently.
I'm trying to think of some of the, that we had the Star Wars action figures, I guess you call them. Or did you have the, what the hell would they call them? They had these little white
Called
discs with little
Called
films
dolls.
in it. No, butthole. I'm talking about the thing where you did like this and it went through different pictures.
You're talking
It was a little-
Viewmaster?
Yeah,
Viewmaster.
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 Yeah. Wow. John, it was me and you. We were
I have
talking
some
a while
Viewmasters.
about that record called The Funky Favorites, the Monster Mash, the Purple People Eater.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and you that were talking about that a long time ago.
Disco
Anyway,
Duck.
Disco Duck. Yeah, Viewmaster. And then you had the Bionic Man.
Disco.
The Bionic Man had a little thing in his head. You look through
You
it.
used to look
and
through the backwards of the eye.
Yeah, and these little things that with a little crank on them, and you could watch, like, depending on how quickly you reeled it, you could watch Bionic. Yeah,
Movies.
and some of those Saturday morning shows,
Yeah,
man. It was
they were
Bionic
they were
Woman.
cartridges. They were yellow cartridges about that long as well. You could stick in the Viewmaster, and you could scroll through them and watch them.
Yeah.
Or if your parents were rich, you could find a projector and put them on the wall in the basement.
Yeah.
I had a snow cone maker, and I have a Dairy Queen snow cone maker too.
Did you have the little Holly Hobby cooking oven thing Betty Crocker do?
We had crazy critters. Crazy critters were the boys. Were the freaking.
I'm just laughing because it's so strange to
gummy-
hear Jerry
gummy
say, "I just go duck. I have an LP." And Billy
I
got his
had
first motorcycle.
Urban Cowboy with the chipmunks.
My parents were way overprotective, so we didn't even get a bike till we were in our early teens. Greg had a button on his
I had a button.
Oh God. Which comedian talked about?
Can you imagine how
Eddie
much that'd be
Murphy?
worth
We wore
right now,
trash
Greg?
bags and those little racetracks for belt. Donna says, "I remember getting the Bionic Woman board game on Christmas."
Hot Wheel tracks.
You can find old episodes of like Bionic Woman and
Yeah.
$1 Million Man and stuff on YouTube. I love going back there for retro stuff. It's some of those Saturday morning things, but
I had a
they
$6 million man board game.
Yeah, they had the Bigfoot and Wild Man. They had Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. What else? Clue Club. And Land of the Lost. I know you remember that. Come on now.
Oh, I remember
Sleep-
Land of
Sleep
the Lost.
Stack.
Remember the show?
Now you go back and watch it. It's cheesy as all get out, but it was the shit back then. Easy Bake Oven. That's what I was trying to think of, Jerry. Yeah, he had the Knuckle Buster. Jeff says I'm a gearhead. Went to short track car racing then, and Denise had the Easy Bake Oven. What was that clay thing called? The Play-Doh with it had it squished the thing through in different shapes.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I
Play-Doh
couldn't recall
Barbershop.
the name of it.
I think what made the Easy Bake Oven work was just a really hot
Play-Doh
light bulb.
PlayStation.
Yeah. Jerry saying string powered disc.
Yeah,
we're out. And one game I always hated was tetherball because one good
yeah.
hit, you had no chance to play. That was a very uneventful
Whack!
game.
That
You
was
had to
that
jump
game.
at it. You had
Every
to jump up.
schoolyard had one of those.
And my sisters had those giant mannequin heads where you mess with makeup and hair or crap. It's like, oh, those I had many a nightmare about those things.
That was a borrow one. Chris, you're dating yourself now with HR Pop and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, reminiscing. That's cool.
I used to watch HR Pop and stuff. Lawn dart, original lawn darts with the freaking heavy pointed ends on them.
Yeah, they're too scared to put those out now. Evil Knievel Snunt Cycle, says Pat H. Creepy crawler thing too, Billy had. pasta maker for
Now,
Play-Doh.
now, so Pat, did you have the ultimate Evil Knievel one, with the into the crank up one, or did you have the cheap version that had the pull string on the back wheel?
Oh yeah, ling, ling. Yeah, the little
There was
T
two
handle
versions.
thing with ribs on it, and yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Jerry says they would go through a car hood. Don't ask how I know. Vacuum. Oh, I know what Billy's talking about. The vacuum formed it would, yeah. Rubber band crossbow with closed pin trigger, says Greg.
Hey,
David
Bordeaux,
says,
we're
what
talking
is-
about we're reminiscing of. Go ahead. No.
I was answering the question until I heard you talk.
Go ahead, Russ.
Touch your
Bordeaux
face.
says.
We're going down memory
David
lane.
Jones just popped up. What in the blue blazing Sam hell's going on in here? I didn't know when I got here either, Dave.
Billy's saying couldn't do that today
Oh,
because that's how.
There's no
we're going
scrolling.
down to such a lane talking about
Yeah, memory
Days
lane.
Gone Past.
Yeah, Ken Spencer has
Hey,
joined
Ken,
us.
how's it going?
Hey, Ken.
Pat H says Demolition Derby cars. You remember those that they came out with that if you hit the door it flipped and had a dent in it? Yeah. I remember Strolls. You talking about the things on the end of a pencil with the freaky hair? Well,
Yeah, you used to spin the pencil to make it go furry.
yeah. We were easily entertained back then.
Yeah,
Some of
the
us
kids
still are.
today got it made. We had to make our own fun back then.
Yeah, with a marble and a piece of string. Ask Greg.
It was a button, not a marble.
I used to collect. I used to collect
robot.
erasers.
Man, I didn't hear any of that.
Ones like Oreo erasers that they come apart in 3 pieces.
Hmm.
I used to collect erasers, like Oreo erasers that came apart in 3 pieces, like hamburgers that came apart in like 5 pieces, but each piece was a different eraser. And they just smelled. Oh. Do you guys remember smelly markers? Each color was a different
Yeah. Smelled like grape.
scented marker.
Yeah.
Oh. We
Or
used to
the-
get high on those.
Or the big fat ones that smelled like pie. Yeah. Cabbage Patch Kids. Mom got. Yeah. See, our parents didn't realize what things were worth. I had so many Star Wars figures, I'd probably be rich today if I hadn't opened them, of course. And hot. What do they call it? Hot
I
Wheels?
sold-
Yeah.
Hot Wheels, yeah. I sold a bunch
Oh,
of my Star
okay,
Wars
Billy's-
stuff a couple years ago.
They're bigger than the. They're bigger than the pencil ones. They were actual dolls. And,
Jeff said he quits. Why,
Donna
Jeff?
says my mom was not far off wrapping up in bubble wrap. LOL. Crash test dummies, rusty metal Tonka trucks. I've had those big yellow things. Why do you quit, Doug?
Hey, Russ.
I mean, not Doug. Jeff.
Smell this. Smell
Yeah.
this, Russ. I got your nose. I got your nose. Black mark on your nose.
Where are we at?
I was trying anything. Yeah.
Lee has his original Tonka truck, fire truck. It's old, so he says, "You want to see my car?" Inside joke. Donna, I had them when I was in
Fucking
school.
I-
Lemon and orange smelly. Yeah, the purple one smelled like grape. Ken Spencer got finished our last market of the year. Time to relax for a bit now. Well, good deal. And Train says Jeff. Smelling art pens says Jerry. Go ahead.
So, Jeff, the last time I remember slot cars, I was probably, it'd be 1980 was the last time I actually seen an actual slot car machine, like a slot car racetrack.
I
then
forgot what slot cars
They
were.
came out with the ones that had knobs on the bottom of them that they went on each side of your track.
Jeff
Slot
said he
car had
videotaped his
a
train
single pin on
room
the bottom of
earlier.
it. You could actually spin them 360 degrees.
Put it up, Jeff, like Billy says.
And they also had the Hungry Hippos. I don't know how they were that old, but that and the Punch 'em, Suck 'em, whatever you call them.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah.
Now I remember
Rock 'em,
those.
Sock 'em robots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, or the big inflate. Don't go there. I know y'all. The inflatable things with sand in the bottom. You punch them and they stand back up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looked bad.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what they call those.
Yeah, it's just more fun to make fun of me. That or
Well,
those
yeah.
things that look like giant marshmallows that had a you
Yeah.
put your hand in them like boxing gloves. Me and Cliff had those.
Uh-huh.
Air boxers.
I know the sense.
Blow
The
'em up.
second I brought up inflatable, I knew somebody was gonna hoppity horse. I would love to see Jerry on a hoppity horse. Hungry. Yeah.
Jerry
hobby
said
horse?
he traded
record
his
set.
Smokey and the Bandit track set, Bandit car set for a Millennium Falcon. The guy, I guess this guy damn was
Millennium
pissed.
Falcon.
Yeah, Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon. They were like this freaking big.
Yeah.
And yeah, the erector set, we had that too. And when they finally came out with one that had a motor, that was kind of cool. But it was a little bit above my brain capacity. We can't say much. Yeah, the clown.
Billy said he
I
had
didn't
15
get a
full
record
train
till
sets,
puberty.
but he don't have a train room to put them up.
I just, yeah, that took me a second. Erector, yeah, yeah, wobbly something. The Lincoln Logs, we had those, and they had that cool smell to them too. Lincoln Logs were fun. Jerry says, I was so poor I learned how to juggle with old diesel batteries.
I was in a brand new Lincoln Logs. Man.
Lincoln Logs were cool.
I never had the Lincoln Logs. I had the erector set, but I never didn't know how to use anything in it, so I was like 5.
Yeah,
Get that thing out of there.
there was screws, and
Yeah, I wasn't mechanically inclined.
I wasn't either. Robin says, I'll leave for a couple of seconds. Charles is talking about inflatables and erector sets. Well, that's what I do.
Oh,
Don't try to
Robin's
turn this on
stirring
me,
up stuff
Robin.
again.
Oh,
Don't
no,
stir it up.
You're trying to turn it on me because she gets it all the time. I ain't the one to do it. Okay. Donna
She gets
says,
it all the time. You're talking about erector sets and inflatables, and she gets it all the time.
she.
Tap.
Donna says, scale electric set. My brothers loved it that much. They claimed my small set. Jeff says, I made a bunch on my lathe. G.I. Joe's. Tinker Toys. Yeah, I remember those. The little,
Mhm.
yeah. Denise says, what about the board game you had to sometimes stretch Legal and Arms? Can't remember the name. I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
I have no idea. Never
Legs
think
and
about
Arms?
that.
I don't know. But you remember that
Jeff said he
game?
has rockets.
Yeah,
You
the
guys remember
inchworm.
The inchworm.
Yeah, I had one of
Inchworm.
them.
Yeah, it's
No, that was after I was already grown, but
That's cool. I had one of those yesterday. Anyway, wait, that sounded bad. That's what I do.
Jeff said it's got a set of rockets. I used to shoot rockets all the time. Fire
Jerry
'em off.
says,
I used to make my own.
I had a chemistry set and a microscope too.
I did too.
I don't think my parents trusted us with chemicals. Jerry says, I had about half a trash can full of Legos. I know because my mom took a shovel and cleaned them up one day. Twister. I remember that.
I
Microscopes
didn't
were
make
cool.
my super huge rockets, Jeff, but I did have rockets. I had the ones that went probably about 300 feet up.
I love it. You know, Steve Nealon will stay so quiet for damn near an hour, but then
Then he'll pop something out.
Yes, sir. Charles, stop bragging about your inchworm. God bless America. God, you said Twister. Yeah, Jeff got. Dude, those were cool. I got rockets.
Yeah,
Twister.
so was I, Billy. I used to like the Estes rockets. I didn't have a 5-foot one. I had about a 3-foot one.
I was proud of my inchworm.
I think my biggest one I think was 18 inches. I think
That
it was
one
a
is
3
about
stage.
3 feet.
With the rocket?
Yeah, and Jeff said he had a 5-foot one. I never had one that big.
Do you ever have the sprinkler with the clown?
And I painted mine red.
Mm.
The sprinkler that it would levitate something at the top of the water spout, like a clown hat thing.
I had
Don't sit down on it.
I
Don't
had,
ask
I
me
had
how
a
to know.
rocket when it had a clear section there for the payload. You know, when you wanted to carry a payload up. I had a little bitty frog. I stuck that little bitty frog in there and shot it up. When it came back down from the parachute coming back down, the frog was dead. I guess he couldn't get no air. I felt bad for the frog, but I learned stuff.
Jerry says I used to make long distance cherry bombs with rocket triggers. Jeff says, but I can't.
You can't launch where he's at because to me, I'm the same way. I can't launch anything. I can't fly a plane. I'm right across the field from the airport.
Yeah, I don't know what Lee's trying to say. He had Estes. Billy says, haven't built a
Estes
rocket many
rockets.
years. My biggest was about 4 feet tall. Greg says, used to play stretch with pocket knives. 1966 Mustang says, Jeff, we used to do that at school, LOL. First frog in space. Billy says, left the rockets when I got into RC planes. Yeah, some people are passionate about that RC plane stuff. And those are expensive.
I didn't have RC planes, but I did have gas powered, or not gas, but that fuel that they use. And I haven't messed with those since I was about 6 or 7 years old.
You know, but people in our generations probably appreciate the internet more than most because, you know, you never dreamed you'd get to talk to people in other countries, you know, like Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to people real time.
Well,
you have enemies all over the world.
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
Donna says she remembers having Pop-O-Matic games. Like you know, because back then, you know, people were always losing their dice. Pop-O-Matic were cool, and the dice were there and everything. So Pop-O-Matic Trouble, Pop-O-Matic Sorry, Pop-O-Matic Frustration.
Yeah.
Any of y'all ever had the whack-a-mole?
Games were simpler back.
Which one of y'all had? I know somebody out there had a whack-a-mole.
No, we had to go.
Well, John, we didn't know what we were.
Play that though.
You know, the kids these days are spoiled. That's why we were happy with those simple games like the little Pop-O-Matic and blah blah blah. But
he said he has a plane.
Now, who actually? A lot of you might remember this. Now, who remembers those games? They're probably about 6 inches tall, about 6 inches wide. You used to fill them with water, and they were like bubble games. They had a ball or ring in them. You had to push buttons to build up the pressure to get the freaking things to go up. Yeah,
the ring toss.
I never had that.
Simple and cool were those. You could play with those for hours.
Absolutely. Do you remember when the Penguin and the Sasquatch? This is on computers now. It's one of the earlier video games that was going around. The Sasquatch using a club to bet the Penguin, see how far they would bounce.
No,
I jumped to computer games, early ones.
Yeah.
Well, Rob wants to know what she could use for ink if she doesn't have ink. I would guess paint. Chuck Yeager's son says, Billy was my supervisor when I was stationed in Alaska, and he got me into RC planes. Lee says, you remember the pattern of the Skylane you made, John? And Billy says, I have a Piper Racer still in the box that I never built with the rings under the sticks inside. Yeah, that's the air game. Weevil wobble. Yeah, they wibble in the wobble, but they won't fall down. Yep. And
I think I like the drones that they have out now better than RC planes and stuff like that.
Jeff says he's going to start live chats when he starts working on it. Donna says I want them, but my mom thought they were rubbish.
He also says his scroll saw's not working either due to operator error. So Jeff, why don't you just break down and buy a new scroll saw? I'm telling you, buddy.
Chris says shenanigans. I don't know if that's the name of a game or what we're doing right now. Jeff has a drone, and we're caught up for now.
That was a movie.
We were really entertained by the simple things, you know, because we didn't know the next fandangled cool stuff they had out there. We were okay with weeble wobbles and shit.
Yeah, I know, Jerry, about the helicopters. I thought that would have been pretty cool too. But now that the drones are out there, I'm fine with the drones. We just don't have a place that we can fly them out here. Because I live in a no-fly zone by the airport, my front yard is right there on the back fence of the airport. I see planes every day. We're not allowed legally to fly those drones in my area.
Yeah, Billy was saying these days I just drag my RC truck out when my sons-in-laws bring their. See, when you're entertaining kids, it allows you to be a kid, so it's fun too. Jerry is eyeing a DJI drone.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Jeff brought up the Slinky and the Yo-Yo. The Slinky was actually kind of an accident, but it worked.
Mhm.
Play-Doh. Yeah, we've already mentioned that one.
Sneaky
Jeff,
Yo-Yo
that you were
Play-Doh.
looking-
Hey, so how many hours did you guys
I
play
know,
pickup
Jerry.
sticks?
Oh God, we
I've
played
been known, not a whole lot of hours because I don't have a lot of
Played that.
patience, but yeah, those were fun. That's the
Played that
equivalent
hard.
to these days.
Back
Bingo.
when we were kids, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jerry, the wife was started out studying for that FAA license, and never went on followed through with it. But she knows all about that.
The Lego, and before that it was Big Blocks. BLOX.
Well, see, I never had Lego. I have Playmobil.
Jeff says he's under O'Hare flight patterns.
Oh well then.
Lee's asking if we remember Pogs, and Billy says Tiddlywinks.
I know the name. I don't remember what.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I know that was a very old thing. Just Donna just wanted pencils and paper. My brother and I used to try to be the ones that would wrangle a group of kids, and we'd try to act out sketch. We wanted to be like little actors and stuff. We had
Yeah,
some
there's-
good ones.
Yeah, Jeff.
Kickball.
There's no rockets out here.
Y'all
have to
remember
get them
kickball?
online.
Kickball
what?
was fun. Kickball,
Kickball, yeah, we played kickball.
Ball,
balls and jacks. Yeah.
Jack. Oh my God.
Yeah, just play jacks. Throw the ball and grab the jacks.
Well, that was a girl thing. Of course, y'all
It
can
was
argue.
not always a girl thing, but
What?
it was a girl thing.
Well, at least we
Ball and
met in the
jack.
middle.
Yeah,
It was
jacks.
mainly
Ball
a
and
girl
Jacks
thing.
went along with marbles.
Mm.
And hopscotch. Yeah, Duplo. That was another one, Lee.
No, hopscotch. I was more of a girl thing for me.
Yeah,
I
and double
was no
dutch.
part of that.
Double Dutch. Denise says, I love making planes out of paper. Mike says, I'm near an airport. Those Chinese lanterns caused a lot of problems a few years back. Yeah, those
Yeah.
were big in Germany when I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff trying to get back on track. My hobby is making sawdust, y'all. And Lee had Transformers.
Well,
Billy said Marvel. Good.
Not tonight, there, Jeff. Not tonight.
Donna says, I wanted Crayola crayons and colored pencils, and I forgot what pencil crayons, is that what you call them, John?
Yes, pencil crayons.
Yeah.
Now we couldn't afford Transformers, so I had to get GoBots.
Yeah.
GoBots were the lame ass Transformers.
The mighty GoBots.
You remember back before
Spinning
LOL
tops
and all
and
that
adding
crap?
doors into the top before on.
You remember back before everybody
What's
used
that?
LOL and all that? You actually had to type ha 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 ha. And if you really thought it was funny, you would do a lot of ha ha ha's or capitalize them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sawdust planes.
What's a sawdust plane, Jeff?
Spinning top, says Billy, and stabbing yours into the top of the opponent's top while it was spinning. Man, it really. People think we're old when we're saying it's the simple things that meant so much, and that's the truth.
It's all electronic now, buddy.
And now there's kids these days that go onto social media crying because they didn't get the latest, greatest techie thing. Get over yourself, you little punk.
Donna says she was Action Man, that being the UK version of G.I. Joe.
But I was a girl, so it was Cindy.
Mm.
Yeah, the 18-inch GI Joes.
Did any of you girls have the little tea sets?
I like the way you did your hand.
Well, I had to. We're equal opportunity offenders here. Billy says I've split other kids' tops doing that. Pat 8 says played with wooden spools at my grandmother's. By God. And Chris Neal says, Dag Babbitt, my wood glue turned into jelly. Lee
Wow.
says, what was your favorite show when you were a kid? I had way too many. Adam 12, or Emergency, Bionic Man, or $6 Million Man.
It depends.
Oh crap, that was already
Depends
going.
what
when they came
age
out.
you're talking kid, though.
Yeah, because I don't remember how old I was. It just shows I liked. I always liked the Waltons. I was older on that. And y'all bear with Russ. He has some gas. That's what that squealing is.
Hey,
Yes,
everybody.
dog, buddy. Going outside the
Wesley,
gas fence there.
Wesley Balk was going live.
What?
Yeah, we're reminiscing over here.
Yeah,
Billy
Wesley Balk was
says-
going live.
I'm not sure what Marty's trying to say, or I would have read that comment. Billy says I sharpened my tops peg with a file, And Toys R Grands was shut up and be quiet. Billy says, and with the marbles he played Keepsies. And my dad's Tinker Toys and my dad's Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, she had a tea set.
And I think Denise was acknowledging she had a tea set. The reason why I did it like this is they were so tiny. I had sisters, is how I even know about the girl toys. You see, stay quiet. There's too many people brewing smack talk. I can feel it, and the chat's about to fill up with them. Scooby-Doo. I had a Welcome Back Kotter lunchbox. The little metal lunchbox. Yeah, I had a Welcome Back Kotter one.
With the matching thermos that locked in the top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you didn't clean that son of a bitch,
Exactly. So you had the metal one, right? Where your thermos was inside, so you only had half of it for your food. Or when it came out later with the plastic one, the top folded open, the thermos was in there, and you had lots of room for food in the bottom part, right?
Yeah. And Donna says, I knew about the boys' joys as I have 3 brothers. Boys' joys, that sound, never mind, I can't say it. Denise was only 6. Billy says, my lunchbox was a Lone Ranger. I love this reminiscing crap, man. I really do. It's those little things. Mike says, you knew you were poor when your Action Man had knitted uniforms. I don't know that we were poor. My dad.
I remember that.
It was, you got by, but my parents never really spoiled us. They just, they didn't get us every great gadget, and that made you appreciate the little things you did have. Every time Russ mutes himself, I think my mic stopped working, but it just gets real quiet. My dad made good money, but we didn't get that much. Yeah, because not every parent spoiled because they had money. And not all spoiling is in material things, but Donna had knitted dresses for her Cindy. Lee says, sounds like your mom was awesome. Yeah. Steve Combs says, I hate to leave, but I got to go. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here, Steve.
All right, Steve.
Thanks.
Good night, Steve.
Thanks for reminiscing
with
us.
Steve.
I love this. I guarantee you, those of us, I guarantee all of us here on the panel, everybody out in the chat, they're going to keep thinking of stuff they wish they'd have brought up during the show. So, oh man, I remember a little bit. Okay, Wes says he'll be here in a second.
So Wes is live. He's live right now.
Yeah, he says in the group chat, he says, be there in a few, just ending my show. That was at 9:41. But then he went live. What's up with that?
No, that was me. He's live right now.
Oh.
I said.
Oh,
yeah, that was
you're in your show. Sorry about that. Okay. So I guess we're all moving over there. Jerry says, no, I won't. I've spent years letting go of the past. And Donna says, I should probably go to bed as well, but I don't want to. So I guess some of us will end up over at Wes Balco's live, but that's usually just on, is it on Facebook or YouTube or both? Probably YouTube.
He's on Facebook right now. Let me check and see if he's on YouTube too. I know he's on Facebook though. Yeah, he's on YouTube as well.
Under what? Scroll Saw Cafe?
Scroll Saw Cafe. Yeah, you knew your mom was a good knitter and knitted cheap. But also, you also had that knitted toilet cover. Your extra toilet roll cover with a doll inside of it with the knitted friggin' dress on it. The knitted friggin' Kleenex box cover.
Yeah. Grandma's did that a lot. I just put
doilies in the kitchen. Yeah.
I just posted the link to Wes's show only because this one's ending soon. If anybody's interested in going over there, I'm not trying to run them off. A knitted Jeep. Holy cow. Good night, Chris. A knitted Jeep.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was a fun show of doing nothing. Look at that.
By God, it felt
Yeah,
good to
yeah,
get
do
nothing
it.
done.
All right, so I'm gonna I gotta find out what my schedule is for this week, and we'll find out if I'm going out of town or not. I think it's pretty freaking cold. Like I said, it's minus 34 right now. So it's what's that temperature? Minus 31 Fahrenheit right now. So
Good Lord, you just keep all that stuff. All right.
all right, so thanks for everybody for being on the panel, Russ and Charles. Thanks for everybody for being on the chat and letting us have a fun, great old time, nostalgia wise, remembering back when. Remember
buddy.
Way
when?
back when. The Wayback Time Machine.
All right, so we're gonna head over to Wes's show. All right, so go check that out, and if you're gonna chat, we'll talk to you
We'll
over
see
there.
you
Have
over
a great
there.
night, all. And